Hi, it's Reverend Brown, and I wanted to tell you what I plan. Of course, plan is held loosely for days during my sabbatical to look like. And they really might not be radically different than what other days already look like, but this is sort of what I am envisioning at this time. I plan on getting up early. I have two dogs that sleep with me. They believe that when the sun rises, it's time to get up. And I can tell you that as someone who's approaching 62 years of age, I used to be able to sleep in, and I can't do that anymore. I have to be up with the chickens and ready to go. And I envision taking it slow, cooking a good breakfast at home, and spending some time after cleaning myself up and taking care of the dogs in silent prayer. Probably 15 to 30 minutes each day. And then after that, I would like to spend, again, about another 45 minutes in Bible reading. I grow by reading the Bible. I'm amazed that even though I've studied it all my life, there is still so much that's brand new. It's the wonder of that book to me. And then I'd like to spend some time in reading, in study. And again, this won't happen every day because 3 days a week I go to the gym and that changes the dynamics. But I've got some books I want to read. I want to go back and reread and read anew some of the writings of Flannery O'Connor, who is a big favorite of mine. I want to read some of the books by James Martin, who's a Jesuit writer who writes about the travels of Jesus from the experience of he and another priest who were traveling together in a book called Jesus, a Pilgrimage. I want to read about the Gospel of John. I don't know a whole lot about John, but I'm going to be preaching and teaching on John along with Reverend Sadberry here in the fall. And maybe that would take us up to lunchtime. And after lunch, it's just rest and relax. I can read something like the mystery novels that I love, and I've got some set aside, but nothing too serious until dinner. And I plan on fixing most of my meals at home. I'm discovering that if I pay attention to what I'm doing, I'm not a half bad cook. I made soft tacos the other night. I made lots of chicken dishes over the years, and I'm looking forward to that. So I plan on eating dinner mainly at home. And in the evening, watching the Orioles. Hopefully watching them win. But I did buy myself a Sabbatical pen, which is an Oriole pen filled with dirt from Camden Yards. So this is the pen that I'll use over the sabbatical to write, think about it. I also plan on journaling, maybe a couple writing projects that I want to start. Not work related, but just things that I'd like to start. Things that I'd like to do and do it at my own pace. And I know that each day will be different, but each day I want to have time for God, time for self, and time for family and dogs and all the normal things of life. I've been blessed recently by God's good gift of nature. And I plan on spending some time in nature, probably going down to Astig just to look at the ponies, ride by and ride through. But also, we have in my yard 4 pileated woodpeckers. And they're the ones that look like dinosaurs, and they have the long, narrow legs and the red heads and the wingspans that are huge, and they hop from place to place. And I don't know whether they're having babies or just what, but I've been watching them as they have gone through, and then also watching the downy woodpeckers come behind them and finish up what they didn't eat. And I've got lots of squirrels and lots of birds, and I enjoy watching them. So those are some of the things I anticipate for sabbatical. The one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to raise my thoughts too high. So I'm going to do my very best. So if all of this gets done, that's great. Half of it gets done, that's great. None of it gets done, which I don't think will happen, it's still great, as long as I take that time to renew and build myself. I love ministry. I love what I do. I love the church I serve. I love God. And this is just a time to really pay attention to my own spiritual life and to the things that are going on within me. And I long for that time. And so I'll be keeping a journal, and probably you'll hear back at some point a sermon about what I did on sabbatical. God bless. Thank you for the time. And I'll see you again in September, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.